There are five ethical practices called the yamas, and five that are called the niyamas. The niyamas are the external observances. So it's things like saucha, which is known as purity. That also means cleanliness. When you walk into a yoga studio like this or a meditation studio, you typically see a very clean, almost an empty state, which is somewhat reflective of how we exist in our own mind. And so that's really the kind of state we want to take off the mat as well, is to see everything as it is with some level of purity, and not come in with our own constructs of mind on top of either our yoga practice or our meditation practice. So when we go back in time, 1,000+ years to the time of Patanjali, who set out so many principles of yoga, he defined the 8 limbs of yoga as the first 2, which is the yamas and the niyamas, walking up all the way through asana, which is all of the poses that we do in the yoga practice, and then pranayama, which is the breath, such an integral part of the yoga practice as well. Pratyahara, which is essentially sense deprivation, is not overstimulating ourselves all the time so we can hear the voice of the soul or the source. And then it starts to get into more of the meditative practices from there. So, without going too deeply into that side of things, what you can see is that the whole setup for yoga is to allow for the kind of body or temple that could be most spiritually attuned. So we sort of use these practices as if we're tuning an instrument, because at the end of the day, we're tuning the mind and the body and the soul, and we're setting that into a harmony so that you can live your best life and be your best self. And if I had to pick any one reason to do these practices, it's really so that we can show up fully present for life and be our best self. And in that relationship with the world, it totally changes our experience in the world. So that's my fondest wish for anyone who's wishing to explore Dharma Yoga at Boston Center for Contemplative Practice.